So I'd like to call this little short tape, It's Not As Far Away As You Think. You know, oftentimes people hear about spirituality and God, and they think it's some lofty, far away, unapproachable, inaccessible thing, and then they get all carried away. Modern physicists talk about the unified field, that one thing that is the source of everything. And many of them, the more they study it, the more they realize what it is consciousness. There's one thing that's the source of all existence, and that's consciousness. That's unified field knowledge, okay? Now, that's not far away at all. You have consciousness. There's one consciousness. It's that consciousness. God is right there, if you want to call that consciousness God. Some people choose to do that. But it's right there. But what happens is that you have all sorts of different relationships with that, based on whether or not you're identified more with a physical reality, which just says, oh, you know, that whole consciousness thing is a product of the physiology, it's a physiological expression, or whether or not you relate to it on a deeply emotional level and spin out an emotion, or whether or not the whole thing is integrated in a harmonious, which is what human development is about, by the way, is when all these different levels of existence get integrated within you. But if you have distortions you see in your emotions, if you have wounds, childhood wounds, what have you, or if you have strong belief systems about the way it is and you white knuckle onto that without really coming from a deeper place inside, then you compromise your relationship with that field of pure consciousness, and you compromise your ability to live in harmony with the true nature of things. So spiritual evolution, you know, human development, isn't so much about taking something on, as it's about emancipating, freeing yourself from those programmings, those conditionings, those limitations, those narrow viewpoints, even when those narrow viewpoints are in the name of spirituality, you see? Now, it's easy to see how other people do that, isn't it? You can look at, you know, terrorists or what have you and doing these crazy things in the name of God. What's more challenging is how do you do it? How do you limit your own self and your own relationship with that unified field level, that field of pure consciousness? So take a look at it, reflect on that. It's a lifetime of work, really. But know that, if you will, God, if you want to use the word God for consciousness, is much closer than people think. It's right there. Your consciousness, there's one consciousness. Your consciousness, it's one with that. It taps into that, and it's the underlying basis of all existence.